decided that with this new number, I only wanted to have a core group of people that I'm really, really connected to. Like, not sorta, not in passing, just really, really into. And it's so funny. One of the guys that, and I don't say names because now it's more just like, it starts to become off shady, because if people are listening to the show more now and talking and literally talking about the show, because I've actually had people actually listen to the show and was like, ooh, I didn't know that, and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so I gotta be careful with the names. But there was a friend of mine that lived in Seattle who's now living here, and it's really bizarre because I would say we were really super good friends. Now, if I were to look at it from my perspective, I think we were really tight. But when you move here and like don't tell me, you just kind of just move here, and I see you in a grocery store, and then I'm like, wow, you live here and you didn't even mention it. Like, that's just shady. So I was like, okay, not sending out a text to you. And I know it may seem petty, but it's like, I really decided that I only want a core group of people to be in contact with me. Like, I just don't want like friends in theory. I think that is so boring to have friends in your life who you sometimes want to be bothered with. I love my friends. The ones that are in my core, I love them. And if I hear from them every day, I'm even happier. It's just one of those things, you know? And I think when I saw the dude in the store, he looked so bad too. It was kind of sad because it was like, I don't know, maybe he's going through something or whatever. But ultimately, I was just like, had it gone differently, I would have ran up to him and be like, what's up? It's so good to see you here. Because, you know, that is who I am. I would have loved to enjoy having some conversation and just doing tea, having coffee, hanging out, whatever. And it just is so shady when people, you know, they know you live in the city. It's not like he didn't know that I lived here, because before I moved here, he was like, so when are you coming up to the Pacific Northwest, blah 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 blah. Emails me every once in a while, actually even asks me how many emails I have, because I do have several. And it's just like, so all of that, and then when you finally move here, it's like, you say not a word. And I'm like, wow, that's just so shady. But, you know, he's like in this relationship or whatever. And I'm like, when people, like, you're old, you're almost 50 years old. If your partner can't understand that you have friends from your past before you met them, then you're in the wrong relationship. Because at 45, 50, almost 50 or whatever, we all have a past. And as you get older, your past is not so distant. Your past could still be people that you're still very connected with, you know? And you're like, if you have to explain all that to your partner, then you really have the wrong person. You really do. Because all you need to be able to do is just open up your mouth and say, hey, this is a friend of mine, and it needs to suffice. If a person's like, well, what kind of friend was that? Is that somebody you used to fuck? Well, you know what? If it's going to make you feel uncomfortable to have me answer that truthfully, then I'm probably not the person for you. You know, because when you get older, when things don't work out with people, it doesn't quite hurt as bad. You just kind of go, well, it didn't work out, but hey, we remain to be still friends. So, you know, doesn't mean we're going to still hang out anymore, you know, but you just realize things didn't work out. So I think it's because he's got this relationship thing, and, you know, my feelings are, that's your shit. That ain't nothing to put on me, but we're good. Like, did I extend the new phone number? No, I did not, because I'm focused. I am focused. I'm worrying about my brand, building my brand, getting some people, you know, changing my gallery, making it bigger, doing films. It's a new focus in me. My brand needs to grow, and so I'm trying to grow it. But I'm definitely not worried about friendships and how that works and how we maintain them, because I remember I did have a show about this. Like, how do you maintain and make new friends when you're over 40? And it's not easy. It is almost one of the most difficult things in the world to do, especially for people like myself who are very somewhat introverted, you know, who don't know how to socially reach out and meet new people. And in Portland, it's very easy because people are very talkative and they do enjoy making, new friends and people to hang out and go to, pubs with and stuff. But because I don't drink, because I don't smoke weed and all, these are things that are somewhat, they're cock blockers because so many people do. They love to drink, they love to smoke weed, and that's one of the things I don't do. A couple of things I don't do, so it's hard to, get it started. For me, I'm just one of these guys that's like, hey, you like to go to the movies, you like to want to go get something to eat, want to get coffee, because I do love going to coffee houses. I love having tea. I'm a tea drinker, and I drink coffee when I'm having sinus headaches. But for the most part, like, you can get me in a coffee house in a minute. I love going to listen to bands and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of this old traditional guy who likes to just go out and do stuff, One of the most exciting times for me, and this is so off key, but was one of my most exciting times I've had in the past decade is going, and going to see an independent band, and like when I went to go see this band play, like, I think I was the happiest I have been in a long time, like, that's what I like to do. I like to go see indie bands, like, Little Dragon and shit, like just to hear people play familiar songs that I love. It's not going to a bathhouse, it's not going to a black party or a white party, or going to places where, people can just fuck openly. That just doesn't do anything for me. It's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that I want to enjoy just natural, organic, fun stuff that just makes me happy, And so, a lot of times, friendships just don't start off that way. Like, especially for gay people, it just doesn't seem to start off that way. Like, like at work, I have people who I'm cool with at work, but I could never see these people being friends of mine outside of work because they just seem so caught up in like microbrews, and I'm just like, that's so not me, but I was just saying, it's just hard for me to maintain friendships, find friendships, and it's like, when it comes down to it, I want real serious friends who are good people, who I am thought about, and as well as they are thought about, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So, like I said, staying focused and just going, you know what? I like being focused. I like having, my eyes and my sights on something that isn't so, multi-directional, like having to maintain this and maintain that. And, it seemed fun at first to be like so involved with so many projects. And now I'm like, I just want one project. I want it to be my project. And I'm pulling out. It's a punk ass move, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm pulling out of my projects and pulling out of circles and staying in touch with people that is not mutual, and just, enjoying what I got. That's what's important to me now. And it's probably always been what's important to me, but I think it comes in waves. Like something you go through, and then all of a sudden you come out of it and you're like, wow, this is how I need to be. And sometimes you're forced into these decisions, you know what I mean? Like, when the way that people behave or treat you make you do a double take, or start thinking deeper and going, you know what, maybe I need to start doing this. Maybe I should start taking better care of myself. Like eating raw and stuff. It's like I'm starting to feel things and see things, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want them to be drastic before I take action, you know what I mean? So I love eating raw foods. I got one of those damn vegetable spiralizer things, and I love it. It is the center of everything I love right now. So it's just a good space to be in, and I look forward to playing it out, getting myself healthier, and staying focused on me, on my goals and my thoughts, my dreams, my aspirations, my desires, and seeing how it pans out, and not putting them in so many different pans. Like, I just will put things in a pan and see how it comes out, bake it, and let's see what happens. And I'm like, ugh, no more of that. I just can't do it. It's draining. It's so draining. And I'm like, I'm over it. You know what I mean? I can't believe that it's almost over. It's like, really, this show went by really fast today. And I ranted a little. I didn't rant a whole lot, but I did rant some. And there were so many things I wanted to say, and I decided, you know what, we're going to keep it simple today. We're going to talk about being focused. So I stayed focused on being focused, which is rare. Trust me. So I'm very happy about that, you know. So anyway, always feel free to send me tweets on OA Magazine on Twitter. And Ask FM, I sent out a bunch of questions, so if people want to ask me questions on AskFM.com, feel free. I'll always answer. They're fun. I love some questions that are on there. They're really fun. And I answer other questions that people pose on there. It's kind of fun. I kind of dig what that site is about. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's not like I'm not all into it, but it is kind of fun. And I didn't do the segment of What Would Your Mama Say today, because I wanted to stay focused. But I will say, I do have a little bit of shade. I was working with this dude, Michael Phoenix, who decided that he did not want to do this Dude Foods film with me because he got this boyfriend and he wanted to clean up his act and not do porn anymore, blah, blah, blah. Well, this man decided he's going to move to LA, and now he's a full-time porn star. Why are people so shady? Can someone, and I was one of his biggest supporters, like trying to help him get gigs, trying to help him, you know, try to do a little PR for him and little public relations, like not public relations, little be a publicist to try to, you know, tell him to be cautious of how he answers people and how he responds to people, and then I just get so dumped on. Like, I'm like, let's do this project, and he's like, oh no, I got a boyfriend now and I can't do this, blah blah blah. And he moved his ass to LA as a full-time porn star. Why does this always happen to people that I want to work with the most? I just don't get it. One of these days, maybe it will pan out. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I'm so glad to be back. And, excuse me. I will try to make sure I come back next week, too. I know. I be making up stuff. I know I do. But you never know. Maybe I will. I don't know. It might surprise you and me. So we'll see. But thank you so much for tuning in. And it's one of those things where I hope you tell a friend and tell them to tune in to OA Magazine, and feel free to look at the gallery at my website on omariabasi.com. Always tweet me questions at OA Magazine on Twitter, and feel free to send emails at info@omariabasi.com. Alright, so thanks for listening. Hope you learned something. Actually, I don't. I really don't care if you learned anything. That's not my job. I'm not a teacher. So, feel free to just, I don't know. I don't even know how to end this. I'm just going to say goodbye.